Do not ignore the actual need for rest. My gorgeous Sagittarini, do not ignore the actual need for rest when it comes to the beginning of this week. This is so important, because it looks like you're so intensely working on something, but you're not even realizing that this is maybe affecting your vibration a little bit. This is maybe affecting your balance a little bit. When I say that you're working on something, this can be like to do with your work, to do with your job, but it could also be you working on something like when it comes to your emotions. It could even be like, like a lot of things when it comes to your private life, for example. You will know, because you will have a clear indication right at the beginning of this week, because I'm not saying that you're going to necessarily worry about it, but I'm just saying that you're going to kind of realize within yourself how you're slowly but surely like kind of changing your opinion about something that is so dear to you, changing your opinion about something that means to you so much, something like which is a major part of your spiritual journey, which is the major part of your life purpose. And this is going to be a clear sign and indication. And I'm saying that this is connected to your life purpose and to your spiritual journey. As I said, it could be something to do with your work and career, but it could also be to do something with that, a lot to do with your emotions and the things that you have been working on. Maybe something to do with the private life, private issue, and things like that. Personal life, personal issues. That's what I meant, and things like that. So this is why you need to pay attention to, because this is really important. Because as I said, this is something that means to you like, oh my God, and you're gonna be surprised, like how come that you're so off and so negative and kind of so down about something that you should be right on top, baby. But then at the same time, this is going to be a sign, this is going to be a clear indication that you need to have just a tiny little break. And I'm saying that maybe one day at the beginning of this week, do something nice for yourself, do something that rejuvenates your spirit, that rejuvenates your soul. And very often, and I know I always talk about it, but when you connect and reconnect with the nature and things like that, that can just do wonder to us. You can just spend one day in the actual nature, and that in itself is going to bring that balance. It's going to bring that a remarkable rest, because what nature does to us is pretty much so difficult to explain with the actual words, but it rejuvenates us to the point where we see things clearly, and that on another hand helps us to elevate, to get rid of the blockages that are causing us to be indecisive at the time when we should not be indecisive with certain things in our lives whatsoever. So this is what I mean to do not ignore the actual need for rest. And this is what I highly suggest you to try to spend one day in the nature, or at least try to spend like a few hours in the nature. Maybe rest for you is whole day to lie down in the bed whole day. Maybe this is your ideal like a rest. Maybe you're just gonna feel your spirit and soul, it's gonna feel like you need to kind of lie down in your bed the whole day and watch TV or something. Maybe your soul and spirit is gonna be guiding you towards like you having a meditation, but it's like whatever is going to be working with your spirit and soul, this is what you should do. Please, why am I telling you this, my gorgeous Sagittarini? Why am I telling you this, my gorgeous Sagittarini? Why? I will tell you why. Because as soon as you do this, there is some kind of inspiration that you are going to have. There is some kind of creative spark that you are going to have. There is something that is already going to happen then and there, especially when it comes to you giving a birth to some kind of a very, very important project, but you will not even actually know this. But even more important, when you have that little bit of rest, what I said, you know what I mean, that in itself, it's going to bring the balance back, and that balance that you're going to that this is going to bring back, it's going to be so important for you to understand something really specific. This is going to open your eyes towards yourself, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's going to help you to understand something very, very specific, something very important. You're gonna realize some kind of achievement that you've done and you overlooked this. You give yourself credit, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when the credit is due. It's important to keep us going in life. So this is most importantly going to make you aware of and make you realize of some kind of achievement, and you're gonna feel so victorious, you're gonna feel so brilliant, because this achievement that you are going to realize, it's something that you are aware of, it's something that you've already done. But this is something that you need to give more credit towards yourself, and this is something that you're gonna realize, and at the same time that particular achievement, something like kind of great that you achieved like not that long ago, it's also like kind of going to bring you like such an important idea and realization, and then and there you are gonna be provided with this amazing vision, and a part of that vision, like how you want your life to be, what do you need to do, how you want your future to be, where are you exactly at this moment in your life. You're gonna be surprised, because it's gonna be much better than you can possibly imagine, and it's all gonna happen through your own understanding after you decide to take a little break, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And that in itself, it's not only going to provide you with such an amazing vision, lots of ideas, lots of realizations. This is the time when you're going to pick up like there is no tomorrow. But there is something that you're also at the same time you're in self-denial about, something in self-denial. You need to be honest with yourself. There is something that it's not a kind of, there is something that you're still kind of in self-denial about. So if there are elements of you like kind of, oh my God, I'm taking a risk. No, baby, no, you're not taking any risk. Just go with the flow. Okay, it's important to intuitively pay attention to what's happening around you, what's happening in your spirit, in your soul, what's happening in your own world. But at the same time, at around that particular time, you are going to have such an interesting, a rather good omen, good sign. And that sign that you're going to have, it's for some reason almost immediately going to remind you of one specific person in your life who is inspiring you, who is always keep on inspires you. And as soon as you become aware of like that sign that you're going to have, you know, that good omen that you're going to have, it's going to remind you of one particular person who is like really inspire you, but something that particular person has done, you know, it's that couldn't have happened at a better time to kind of this, for this sign to remind you, you'll be reminded of that person, because there is a very special reason for it, because that particular person is going to play an important role when it comes to you realizing through that person that you are at the beginning of some kind of a project, that you also need to kind of take that on and pay attention to, and kind of like a really kind of pay attention to that particular project as well. So this is something that is going to be quite brilliant indeed. At around the midweek, my gorgeous Sagittarini, day and night. Yeah, at around the midweek, my gorgeous Sagittarian. I'm so random, and I'm so random. Yeah, at around the midweek, my gorgeous Sagittarini, there is going to be like a really weird and bizarre and like the strangest experience ever, because you are gonna have this news and this information and this message which is really gonna surprise you, but it's gonna be so weird and so strange, because you are gonna become aware of like some kind of like accomplishment, you know. This is really going to surprise you. It's to do with the success. It's to do with an amazing success. And the reason why you're going to find this so weird is going to be a weird experience, because you did not expect this whatsoever. This is when the magic is going to start. This is when the magic is going to take over in the best possible way, because this in itself is going to happen quite spontaneously. And when things happen spontaneously in our lives, then we respond to them in a very, very specific and in a very unique way. And very often we respond in a different way that we would normally respond to. Not because it's just so random and weird, no baby, no, but it's coming through the back of our subconscious mind. So it's all kind of there, ready to kind of come out and take over, literally. So this weird experience that you are going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's pretty much so, it's not weird, it's brilliant actually, because it's to do with an accomplishment, it's to do with a success, and it's to do with an important recognition, and that in itself itself, it's really going to bring a focus back into your life. Now you're gonna feel so sharp, and now you're gonna have so much clarity here, especially when it comes to the focus on what you should do in your life that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel excited, that makes you feel like you're living your life again. This is going to create such a beautiful moment when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your practicality, when it comes to your happiness, when it comes to your optimism. This is all going to make sense like there is no tomorrow indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you know, it's like basically this is what I want you to understand that you are really going to feel so helpless. You will want to explain something to someone here, like, oh my God, and it's going to drive you up the wall, because the person that you are trying to explain something to you, it's absolutely not going to understand where you're coming from whatsoever. So you are going to feel so frustrated, because I am talking about somebody who is pretty much so directly connected to you, to somebody who is in your life, you know, whether this is a family member, your child, your husband, your wife, whether this is like one of the best friends or like an amazing friend, but you're going to feel extremely frustrated, like trying to explain something to them. But this is not the first time that you've tried to explain this to that particular person, and now, you know, you're really kind of going to feel like you're gonna try to explain something to them again, and you're gonna feel like a little bit hopeless, a little bit powerless, and then it's gonna come to you. And then, you know, later on, it's really just going to come to you. It's gonna come to you before you fell asleep, or as soon as you wake up, or before you start some kind of meditation, or before you start doing something that relaxes you so much. Then you're gonna have a then you're going to realize that this is exactly what you're going to do, but at the same time you're going to kind of basically realize that the things that you were worrying about, when it comes to like trying to explain to that person, you know, there were so many different elements that you were worried about how you're going to explain this to that person, but not to get offended, if that it makes sense for them, because you were really careful, kind of, because this is someone really special in your life. But then again, you felt really frustrated because they couldn't understand you. So now you're going to realize that a very, very difficult and bad situation is like kind of coming to an end in your life. Really bad situation. And this is going to put you in a really good mood. At around the time you realize how you can approach this person and explain this to them properly. It's going to come to you through your own intuition, but then at the same time, you know, you are going to gain, and you are going to kind of you have an advice from someone. Someone is going to like kind of speak to you, someone is going to talk to you, and there is an advice that you are going to have which is going to be completely out of this world. It's going to be amazing, because it is going to be the right thing to do. I'm spending a lot of time talking about that particular person, because this is someone in your life who is very, very important to you. And what are you going to try to explain to them? Do you know what? It's like, I don't want to sound dramatic, but it's like really, really important. Like, I don't want to sound dramatic, but it's like really, really like a really, really important for you to explain to this person what you want to explain. It's important, like really important. That's all what I want to say. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, there is gonna be at around the end of the week like an amazing conclusion. Something was driving you up the wall, up and down for the last 3 months, like the giantest mama in the world. Something was really driving you up the wall, and now, you know, you are going to have such an important conclusion with some kind of problem that was like really kind of like a really slowing you down in so many different ways. And this conclusion that you are going to have, it's going to come through your memories. It's going to come from you know, you thinking about your life from a long time ago. You're going to be first of all thinking like about like your life from a long time ago. You're going to be thinking about certain memories. Midnight. You're going to be thinking thinking about certain memories, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at around the end of the week. And this is how this is going to start, sorry. You're going to be thinking about certain memories. You're going to be gone like, oh my God, like a long time back, baby. And then suddenly you're going to realize through your own memories, you know, you're going to realize how to deal with a certain problem, you know, that was affecting you over the last 3 months. So this in itself is going to open your eyes, but it's also going to, you're going to realize really important conclusion here. And that in itself, it's pretty much so a lot to do. What you're going to realize, it's not only about like, about that conclusion when it comes to some kind of a problem, you know, but it's a lot about how you are going to manifest something. How you're going to manifest something. So you're going to work out how to deal with a certain problem, but also at the same time, by you thinking about your past, about a certain memories, this is how you're going to realize, my gorgeous Sagittarini, exactly how you're going to manifest something that it's actually, that means to you so much. This is important when it comes to your development, important when it comes to your ambition, important when it comes to your desire, but it's also connected to your skill. And at the same time, very soon after that moment in time, you are going to have a really interesting financial opportunity, which is going to be connected to this like so much. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.